The method that's underlying our approach is the method of systems thinking and awareness-based systems change. And you have seen depiction of systems thinking like this many times, the iceberg model, which basically, and that's true for all approaches to systems thinking, it starts with a very simple distinction, which is symptoms at the top and root issues below the waterline. So what do you do from a systems thinking point of view when you approach change, when you approach leadership, is to not just react to the symptoms that we are facing, but our job is to understand and address these deeper root issues, kind of the 90% of the system that's below the waterline. And when you look at the symptoms here, you have these clusters of current challenges and problems: the ecological divide, the social divide, and the spiritual divide. And the ecological divide essentially are all the issues that we create by our disconnection from self to nature. Climate change, climate destabilization, the biodiversity loss, and all the other environmental problems that you all are aware of that really bring us together here. The social divide really arises from a disconnect between self and other. And when you look around, polarization and increasing inequality, but also really the phenomenon of societies falling apart, losing the capacity to connect to each other across our filter bubbles that we happen to operate in. So that's the social divide that we all see playing out around us in various forms of conflict. And then the spiritual divide really arises from a disconnect between self and self, a disconnect between my small S self, who I am today, and my capital S self, my highest future possibility. And if these two selves are disconnected, it shows up in symptoms of burnout, maybe depression or anxiety. And kind of that's where, when we look at the rampant data points around mental health issues that all of us are suffering in our communities and in our families, I think that's just kind of symptoms around that. So awareness-based systems change is the disciplined approach to address these three divides in a way that allows us to close these gaps, to bridge these divides, and to heal these disconnects: the disconnect from self to nature, the disconnect from self to other, and the disconnect from self to self.